Hey guys, Big Dave here for TGN, and it's Monday, and that must mean it's time for Warfronts. Yeah, that's right, Warfronts, exclamation mark. Warfronts is my Rift PvP show where an average PvE player, as portrayed by me, tries to get better at Rift's PvP Warfronts. That's it. That's going to be the new intro, guys, from here on out. We got the guidelines. I got 20 episodes worth of explaining the guidelines and this and that. You know what? If you want to know the guidelines and what they're all about, go back to episode 0, the pilot episode on my personal channel, and I'll explain in depth what the guidelines are. Otherwise, we're just going to skate through this part at the beginning here and get right into the episode intro, telling you about the character I'm going to use and the match that you're going to see played. So let's do that right now. This week on the first post-patch 1.5 episode of Warfronts, we are going to take a look at my level 28 Marksman Spec Rogue. Why the Marksman Spec Rogue? We've seen him many times. Well, it's because Marksman Spec in particular got several changes, and I want to check them out. I want to see what they're all about. I'm only level 28, so I don't get the full view, but I do get a nice chance to experience some of the new stuff that's going on for Marksman post patch 1.5. Alright guys, without any further ado, there's only one thing left to say. To the action. Here we are, it is the Black Garden. 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Just 5 people to start right now. Till declares us the Leather League because yes, we are 4 rogues and a cleric. Not sure how the cleric fits in, but just shut up and heal us. So to the center, to the center. It's always sort of an apprehensive moment here as you're heading towards the center in Black Garden. You know, you're wondering, what's the other team going to have? What's the comp going to be? What's it going to look like? How are they going to approach it? They're pretty aggressive with their approach. We are not. They go ahead and move up and take the center with a couple of guys, but it's not too difficult to go ahead and dispatch their early runners. I move over to the towards the what is that thing called? The Fang. Ah, there you go, right there. I'll talk about that in just a minute. So I move over towards the Fang and I start fanning out, just dealing out as much possible damage as I can. I do have my class structured in such a way as to increase my AoE damage. So I like that track with the marksman, that you can increase your single target damage, increase your multi-target damage, or if you're willing to spend the points, you can do both. So I am going to lose it right here, and of course, we are in 1.5, so over on the left-hand side you see the all-new little killing sprees, and as our death wish, and all that crap, and you'll hear that in the background very faintly. You know, a little FPS action there. But let me tell you about that heads-up display. Of course, you should know that is the Steam heads-up display. I wanted to take a chance and actually try to play Rift as a non-Steam game through Steam, because I got a lot of friends on Steam and stuff, and I was trying to pick up a game for Post-Apocalyptic Mayhem, which was having a free-to-play weekend. I wanted to try to get a pickup game, so I wanted people to see me. Yeah, I've realized that my particular scheme, my hotkey scheme, is not conducive to playing on Steam. So we will not be doing that. We will not be playing through Steam anymore. So we got, let's see, let's get back in the action here. We grab the Fang back. Is that our cleric? Yes, it is. Mighty cleric. Now, I made a little mistake there. I noticed the stealth rogue. I did not act. I should have stayed with my flag carrier there and acted on that stealth rogue. I did not. That was a mistake. Definitely a mistake, something that I should correct in future games. So I grab the Fang here. I don't have a ton of life, so I'm not expecting much. I just move up to the center point so that we can get a couple of good scores, and then I try to pull back and group up with my 2 players so that when I die, I will be right beside an ally who can grab this Fang up. Good healing coming in from the cleric there, but I do still fall. Looks like the Defiants jump in there and start doing AoE to keep us from getting that Fang back. That's smart, good tactics. I mean, when a Fang goes down, you definitely want to unleash your AoEs because what you're hoping for is a return to the center. And in this case, we got one. I drop down, my sprint ability is on cooldown, so I'm straining here. I want to run, I want to move. Because as a marksman, you do have a lot of speed enhancing abilities. Luckily, Till is there to make the Fang grab. And yeah, we start off again here. We're protecting our Fang carrier. Moving out to the front, I'm trying to use my slows. I'm still adjusting to the loadout that we have here with the With the new marksman spec, you do have some poisons, I guess, essentially, curses, whatever they're calling them. You have one that deadens healing on your target, and potentially, there we are again, shift tab. So it decreases healing on them and gives you some of the healing they would have had. I also have the other poison, or whatever they're calling it, on that gives me just a flat air damage increase on my ranged attack. So I haven't seen any hardcore theory crafting on what's your best setup. I just went ahead and went through and filled out the things that seemed logical. I'm pretty much using my identical setup that I was using before in terms of my keybinds and what I'm using when. I'm still using fan out anytime I have more than one target in front of me. Otherwise, I am rolling with the quick shot, or whatever it's called, haste shot. I forget these things. My mind not good for remembering things. So there is a mage over here. He's just kind of hanging out. Go ahead and dispatch him, casting a very powerful spell there. You can see from the casting time. Now, I'm doing a ton of damage in this match, but I'm not getting killing blows, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. Because I'm not getting on now finally I'm on a killing spree. It took me forever to get on a killing spree. But I wasn't getting a lot of killing blows. I was dealing out a crap ton of damage, which you'll see when we take a look at the recap, but just not getting the views. So unfortunately, they get a return, and they grab the Fang back. We were dominating prior to that. I mean, we were holding the Fang. We were working well as a team. That's great. I love a team that just sort of, especially a random Q team, that just sort of homogenizes around some basic concepts. You know, it's not difficult to play Blackgarden or any of the Warfronts well, so long as you've got these basic skills, and that's what this show is about. It's about helping me learn those basic skills, so when, as a PvE player, I come into a PvP Warfront, I am a good teammate for people who are more PvP-centric. I don't play a lot of PvP. I mean, I know that pretty much everything you see from me on the Rift channel is PvP, but I'm really more of a PvE player. I really play in Quest a lot more. There you see me getting the Fang kill. Fang carrier kill, excellent. I don't know why this guy wants to hang up there on the cliffside, but whatever. We will cycle back through the targets, and away. Is it a cleric? I think that's our cleric. And there we see Shift Tab once more. The thing is, I use Shift as a modifier, so because I use Shift as a modifier, if I go to Tab target, I'll oftentimes have Shift held down because I'm spamming fan out. So I have Shift held down, and I'll go to Tab target without letting go of Shift. That is not going to work in Steam. I know you can disable that, but hell, I'd rather just do away with the Steam part altogether. So again, more here. You're going to see me. I think I might have got that killing blow. You'll see at the end. I mean, I got robbed of most of my killing blows, and it doesn't really matter. It's not about stats. But when you do a ton of damage like I did, it always sucks because I get low favor in the match, and I like favor. Favor's good. So we're going to put the nail in the coffin right there. All in all, that was a pretty good game. Take a look here. You'll see that I did lead the entire Warfront with damage, 22,000 damage. That's fun, but I only got 5 killing blows. yes, indeed. So I got really low on the favor. Not that great. I did get a couple of carrier kills, or a carrier kill. I don't know. Statistics ain't my strong point. So yeah, go team, says Till. Hey, yeah, go team. That was a great pickup team. I mean, you don't get pugs that work together that well that often. And that went really, really swimmingly, if I may say so. All in all, we learned a lot from this episode, or at least I learned a lot about marksmen. Not going to say we learned a lot, but let's go ahead and talk about that. Lessons learned. So the absolute first thing that we learned is it's possible for a pug to come together with very little communication, and we were at low levels. Remember, we're in the 20 bracket there. It's not like we're a bunch of skilled players. Now, a lot of these guys maybe are leveling rogue alts because rogues are OP at the moment or whatever, but still, it's possible to come together as a pug if you just practice some fundamentals. And there are places where my fundamentals waned in that game, especially the instance where my fan carrier was assaulted by a stealthy that I saw, but I still went away from my fan carrier. That was a horrible lapse in fundamentals right there. But if you all come together and you practice those fundamentals, your team is going to homogenize, and you're not going to have someone jump out there and be your general on the field. So practice your fundamentals. Make sure that your fundamentals are strong, and you can become a good teammate regardless of whether you know the people, you talk to the people, you're on vent with the people, you have a Vulcan mind meld to the people, whatever. You're going to be able to actually work as a team and win a game in convincing fashion like we just did right there. So what else did we learn? Well, we learned that rogues are the flavor of the month. Yes, they did get some improvements in 1.5, and they are definitely the flavor of the month. People are rolling rogues, and people are dusting off old rogue alts that they abandoned. So as you can see there from our group comp, rogues definitely the flavor of the month. Go ahead and roll yours while they're OP. Just get a look at them. Go ahead and play around a little bit. Have a little fun. They will be nerfed soon enough if they haven't already been. I haven't been following the latest hot fixes, so hell, they may already be drawn back a little bit. What else did we learn? Well, I learned that I need a little more time to adapt my new style with marksman in PvP. The rogue pedestal, I believe that is gone. Now there's just there's an ability in your talent tree that gives you bonus damage for standing still. My old playstyle was so focused on constant movement because of the speed enhancements that marksman spec rogues get, that I was moving constantly in that game, and I wasn't getting true advantage. I wasn't taking true advantage of all of the talents in my talent tree. So I really need to sit down with my talent tree, look it over in a really detailed fashion, get an idea of where I should be going, and adapt my playstyle. And that's part of playing any MMO that lasts for a while. There are going to be patches. There are going to be new things that happen. You've got to adapt. That is the only thing that's certain. Something is going to change. If you're comfortable with your class, it's going to change. And that's just the rule of thumb, unfortunately, with MMORPGs in the modern age. So to say that a little more concisely, your skills change, especially after patches. Make sure to read them. Make sure that you know what you're doing, because the old stuff ain't always going to work the way it used to. And finally, I learned that I press Shift-Tab a whole hell of a lot. And because of that, I'm not going to be playing Rift through Steam any longer. And with that, we will put episode number 21 of Warfronts in the books. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Be here next week when I'm going to experiment a little bit with my level 20-something cleric, who right now is spec'd Inquisitor with a nice splash into healing. We'll see what we do. Maybe we'll go full healing. Maybe we'll go some other damage spec. Maybe some melee. I don't know. We'll see. Really just going to depend on how I'm feeling at the time. So one last thing before we go, guys. I want to produce more content for TGN's Rift channel, but I need your help. I know a lot of you want to see level 50 stuff. I'm almost to level 50 on my mage. I'm going to get there in the next week or so if I really push myself, and I'm going to really push myself. I'm going to use all my veteran pots that I got for increasing experience. I'm going to have a few intense gameplay sessions, and I'm going to get the hell to 50. But in the meantime, any other ideas you have for other things you'd like to see on the Rift channel? What do you want to see? Tell me. I'm open to suggestions, and I would love to produce more than just the one video a week. And look, let me put my serious voice on here, because if you guys don't give me suggestions, what I'm going to have to do is start another leveling series that never gets finished. And nobody wants another one of those, right? All kidding aside, no disrespect to the people who have started and not finished leveling series here on TGN Rift, but it's kind of becoming a thing here on this channel. So give me your suggestions, please, the comments below. Like, favorite, subscribe, whatever. Just interact, all right? I love it. I have been Big Dave, and until next time, take it easy.